Okay, well, then let's jump to old Timmy boy. Thoughts?
So I thought there were moments where I felt him like not fully committing. But listen, this is like such I mean, this role has been done by like some of the greats. And I know that he's on that kind of trajectory, but like I think it's like a really intimidating Timothée Chalamet. Intimidating role to take on. And I did feel like there were moments where he shone and like where I was like fully there with him. But there were a couple moments where I felt, you know, but like I don't like that's. I mean, maybe that's even just mean for me to say. There's like so many times in my career where that's happened to me. It's just because you've asked me about his performance. Definitely not my favorite Wonka of the bunch, but it's like a charming movie, no less, and he was great in it. I think he really shone most when he was working opposite Calah.
Yeah, definitely.
Them together, I was like, it was when he was alone singing and dancing that I was like, oh God, like the poor soul, let him sit down or something. Just let him rest.
I just don't know. That is just the most difficult role. Like, it's for a young person, like youngish person, to have that type of weird charisma. I don't know who else you would cast.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, would it be... Have you got an idea?
I don't know if I agree with that. Because I think that Timmy is such an amazing actor, but in like the most subtle ways. So this is like such a different role for him to do. But I think that some actors are incredible at this. I was actually thinking like Tom Holland. Do you not think? Would he not quite?
I don't think he's quirky enough. Like, think about the other Wonkas that we've had. There's like a genuine, sincere quirkiness to them, and I thought maybe Timothée Chalamet might have that, but because this feels so commercialized, which is another thing anyway. Like, the tone is different in this film to the other Wonkas, but I was thinking maybe Ezra Miller. I know, obviously not now.
Cancelled.
But like he's the only person that I could think, or like a young John Depp. But I know he played Wonka when he was older. But you know, when he was younger, he was still like authentically quirky without trying too hard.
Yeah, that's true. In kind of the same way that Timmy is.
So what's the internet saying?
Oh. Well, I think it's just such a cop-out, but they want Jeremy Allen White, but purely because he looks like Gene Wilder when Gene Wilder was younger. But I would say, like, someone who's a bit quirky, like Cody Smith McPhee. Do you remember him?
Wait, what, like fucking Cody?
No.
Wait.
Wait, who?
Isn't he in like at the X-Men?
Power of the Dog.
Power of the Dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent shout. Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Someone who's just a little bit... Yeah, you know, just a little quirky. Yeah, it felt like he didn't fully connect with it here. And like, if I was going to psychoanalyze it, which I love to do, like, I think, you know, for someone to become a heartthrob that young, like, it must... Becoming famous, like... or anything like that so young. I just like your like sense of yourself and your sense of your place within the world and what you mean to people versus like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it must be fucking scary to then be like ridiculous. Like, that's the thing. Like, you talk about when Yorgos Lanthimos was doing Poor Things and they would just do loads of like theatre, like exercises and things like that. It's because you need to be able to be really ridiculous with one another. But you know, this is like a huge thing for him to step out and do. And I'm really glad that the movie is like special. I'm really like happy for him. But I think that, it was missing a little connection with his like super goofy self. There was like a little bit of trepidation, perhaps, that I just felt. And listen, I don't know, you know, if that's like really what happened or whatever. But,
and maybe they even like wanted to rein it in to make it feel
maybe
like
it's not him. Maybe it's directing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Maybe it's like you've got all these big things going on, so let's make him just someone that we can connect to. When he's on screen, we're going,
Yeah.
We haven't got someone who's going like this with teeth.
That's so true.
Yeah.
You know, like we just finally we've got like Timothée and Calah doing something normal.
I think he was good at being the lovely person, a little bit very naive.
You also have to think like he's been kind of like the youngest for like a lot of his projects, or, you know, like he's like a star on the rise. And then all of a sudden he's stepping into this role who's like the young Willy Wonka, but still like this sort of like leader, fatherly figure to Noodle. And so it's just like that sort of blend as well of him being like stoic and like commanding whilst also being like young and fragile. It's like it's just a hard line to dance.
Oh
isn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah. Hard.
So Timmy had actually said that he usually makes sure when he takes a role that he doesn't just become like really thrilled to be in the film, because he thinks that you can just tell if someone is really thrilled to be in a film sometimes. So when he was cast in Interstellar, he like just tried not to be too excited. So because a lot of his characters are really like what's the word?
Grounding? No.
Yeah, understated.
Maybe, yeah.
But then when he got this, he realised like actually I kind of do need to be thrilled about this, because that enthusiasm really needs to come through.
Yeah.
And I think I'm like, yeah, that's true. You do. It is just a whole different take on a character than what he's done before.
Yeah. I would agree.
Do you know did anybody else, did he audition? Did anybody else?
I'm not entirely sure. I saw that Paul King, the director, was like, for me, it was only ever going to be
Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes so much sense.
Yeah. I don't really know if they saw it. They haven't really said that they saw it, the people. Not that I've seen anyway.
Yeah. It does make a lot of sense, you know. It's just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
When it was announced, it was just like, of course.
I wonder what he's going to do next, Timothée.
Timothée.
Yeah. Oh, well, I do know.
Oh,
Actually.
Oh.
Actually,
well, June's obviously coming out.
June coming out, and he
Also known as
is
Toon.
also doing...
Sorry.
He's also going to be playing Bob Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
In the Bob
Going
Dylan
Electric.
biopic,
No.
A Complete Unknown.
Oh.